Lucy from 1 to 4 doing Seth and Colby.
Oh, right. Yeah, did you ever go see him?
No, because I was like, well, fine, I didn't want to see you anyway because you're also up in the afternoon and I'm not going to leave mid-morning to then go back to my friend's house later when I'm like, it made more sense in my head to leave her house, go see Seth, and then come home. No. We ended up boarding Lucy in Wichita.
Oh, weird. Really?
It was both cheaper and easier.
Oh, boarding.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Is that not what you heard me say?
I heard of boarding, and I was like, you just like left her there? Like, I don't get it.
No, just for the
Who did
night.
she stay with?
But the only downside to that was we couldn't pick her up on Sunday until 5, which meant we had to stay in town until 5. So otherwise, we probably would have left around noon.
Computer on the struggle bus right now.
Probably doesn't know what to do when it's not being overheated.
Well, it was just doing too much.
Who's Shoe Tree?
Or Mentos.
I actually really like that. I wonder where she got that. Probably Target. Something simple.
You're gonna grab the mic and just say some hellos, pretend someone's listening.
Pretend that someone's listening. Shouldn't someone be listening anyway? Oh. And it's so much better quality. Well, I think part of it is I am fairly far away. It's also a little dark by me. It's not like that. The lamp is behind me, so it's not like it's to my side where it can better, like, focus. I feel like that made it worse, though.
Wave your arms.
Waving, waving, waving. It's focusing on the dogs.
No, it's not.
Whoops. You just shoved your foot in the kennel.
No, I shoved it in the cord.
Oh. What if could you move it closer to me? Would that help? I mean, that would also. That's true. You want to show the room to show that you've moved. Gonna have an even bigger issue with this dog hair. Quit licking. Thank you. Now, is this the TV you got across the street? That you nabbed across the street, the TV?
Yeah.
So what was Brian doing? Just hanging out with other friends? Or did he go back up north?
He went to go grab stuff.
Did he have it in storage? Because didn't his parents move up north?
I don't know where he had it, but...
Sophie, you have a matching collar. I feel like that's a little better, but definitely not as clear as yours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this kitchen. This kitchen looks like Seth and Chris's did. Just
Oh,
the
really?
cabinets. Oh, that is super nice. The fact that you have full size.
Oh, that made it real dark. That's funny.
You turn off the lamp?
Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of magic.
Do you have a trash can? I mean, an actual trash bag, I said.
Actually, no. We're meant supposed to pick some up.
Okay. Well, then is there one there? I might have one.
Go ahead and sit down and see if it looks any better. No, that didn't change anything.
The light wise?
No.
Well, I was thinking if it was more on me then.
It just puts a glare on your glasses.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So I swear, at some point, we will actually start and do a show, which would be exciting for you guys, I'm sure. That'd be fun for everybody.
No, surely not.
But this is the first time in the new studio room. Oh, hey, I can hear me. Where's your mic?
I'm right here,
Oh, okay.
but I don't feel like I can hear me.
You're heard.
I'm heard. Okay, that's enough.
You are heard. Why am I so much clearer? The camera it's the exact same camera. Well, no, it's not. I remember what happened to these. Seth took off the plate. Wonder if that has something to do with focusing quality.
And I wonder if it would make a difference if you, not that we have time to tonight, but if you switch the two. Because since that one's going to be zoomed in on you, it's already going to make it more clear.
Yeah.
So having a lesser quality one zoomed in.
Let's see. I think we've done this before and it didn't work.
Well, then let's just move the one. Watch. Don't mess up. Don't break those cords. Oh, wow. I forgot that had such a tiny cord.
Well, I can make it bigger. Because it was right there.
Oh, you can make it bigger? Mm. Wow. Talk about a night. You just scared this dog.
Good. dog should be scared. Double camera on you.
Ah, no!
No.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
The stamina on these legs is long.
Just like you.
Right?
So that one also looks better.
I mean, it would make sense. Because we were kind of discussing that one has a better... Yes, I agree. This feels great. Let's just do a show about me. And this dog's little waistband looks like a butt.
Looks like a butt.
From the side.
Good.
Just seeing the little white butt.
Little butt.
Sophie, you have a charm on your little necklace. Yes, you do. You have a little charm on your necklace. Okay, so now...
So back to what we did.
Are we oh, what?
Yeah, this camera wasn't better.
Oh, really? I was thinking it was, but that's my peon little eyes.
No, it looks exactly the same. Hey, everybody. Hi. Look at my face.
Yeah, it's hideous. As always. So I see you have placed some money on this table for me.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be stripping tonight. Congratulations.
Okay.
YouTube has allowed us to start stripping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would expect more than the $20 that you have here on the table.
It's not even $20.
Well, one can hope.
Right?
Hi. Can you not do that? Okay,
That's
thanks.
Sophie. She thinks she lives up there. She's also drooled all over the top of that couch up there.
I see that she also drooled here, and I almost thought she peed on the couch, and then I was like, it's probably your drool, or, you licking your crotch.
Right.
Because you did that. I watched you.
This was your doing. Okay. Let us
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
test other noises.
Other noises?
Other noises!
Like what?
And we'll have to figure out how the whole headphone situation eventually. But
Right.
for now.
Going live at 7. It's now 7:12.
Good.
That sounds appropriate. I like that.
All right, let's do this thing. Do you have a fortune? I guess there's one fortune in
I
front
was
of you.
gonna say, I think you prepped the show for me.
That's
Because I'm
funny.
like, convenient. There's a
Yeah.
fortune right here on the table
I,
for me.
I didn't put that fortune there, actually. I think Armenta did. I don't actually... I have to find my little glass bowl of fortunes because I don't know where they're at either.
My other question would be,
Uh-huh.
just real quick, is she gonna come home during the show?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I've told...
I just didn't know if show etiquette.
Nah, yeah. I've told everybody that, also lives in this apartment that it doesn't matter. Just to come home and come and go when you please. The dogs will make noises.
And
We'll
work
make a
around.
joke about it, and we'll just keep going.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I
Yeah.
don't care. I mean, it's your place.
Yeah. They're gonna... There's
You
not
make the
much we can
rules.
do.
Okay.
All right. So give me a sec here.
Am I gonna have headphones or not? Did we nix it? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Just don't have it set up. So when I point to you, go ahead and read that.
don't receive wisdom. We must discover it for ourselves after a journey that no one can take for us or spare us.
Just what makes that little old ant think he'll move that rubber tree plant? Anyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky hopes. So anytime you're getting low, instead of letting go, just remember that ant. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to another glorious episode of High Hopes, the self-improvement show that your family wouldn't suggest. As always, I'm your ever so lovely host, Cameron, alongside the ever so diabolical Katrina. Katrina, how the hell are you?
Well, I'm pretty comfy, but I feel left out.
Why do you feel left out?
I am so far away from you.
Yeah, but you have like all 3 dogs next to you.
I have 2 dogs. Let's
Well,
be
no,
real.
Allison's right there.
Oh, okay.
She's like just as far as Sophie.
I can touch these 2.
That's true.
But also, I don't have headphones.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for me because I'm watching you dance
Uh-huh.
and sing along, and
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, I've got nothing.
Good. That's what I prefer. I'm going to start
You're
playing.
so mean.
I'm going to play
But-
all sorts of music and then just leave you in the dark.
But I do appreciate that this angle makes my legs look really long.
Look how long those legs are. Everybody, take a moment. They're toned.
Well, they appear that way.
They do. They do, exactly.
From this
That's,
angle.
that's all that matters. I can't say that we're in the ever so sexy bedroom studio.
I know. There's no more bedrooms.
No more bedroom studio. Last episode, little did we know, the last episode of the bedroom studio. We weren't supposed to move in till Wednesday. I moved in last Friday, and we barely got things set up for today's episode.
I wouldn't say barely, because you're tinkering with it like on Friday night.
True, yeah, I couldn't help.
You're all like, ah!
Once I found out that we were going to be getting Google Fiber and we were going to mess with it, I was like, let's do this.
But now, what got you to get the keys early? What happened?
We
Just
have a nice lady that watches over us. Our landlord lady is very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Because
was-
she was like, you guys get a night free. And I was like, really? So,
Yay!
yay. So we got a night free. Well, I got a night free. Nobody else was here for it.
Gotcha.
And then we were allowed to move in Saturday, quote, quote. And Brian was here for just enough to look at the place and help me throw in some of the bigger stuff here. And then he went back up north, and he is on his way back down at some point. He could be here in 10 minutes. He could be here at midnight. I don't know. But he's coming back today, I believe, because he has school tomorrow.
Solid. Oh, wow. Yeah, he has to be back at some point
Yeah.
then.
So, and then, bam, baby Amaretto Mama. She's grocery shopping right now, so she's not here in the bedroom studio. But her 2 dogs are. We've got Sophie and Oscar.
Sophie, whose head is chopped off right now.
Good,
And
good.
Oscar, who you can't see.
Right. Oscar is the little black one. He's got a little blue band on because he is not to be trusted.
I called it a thunder waist.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
he is not quite trained in the art of not peeing literally anywhere he can. So we keep
literally anywhere.
we keep that on until he's used to my walking schedule that I have Allison on. Sophie, she's perfect. No accidents yet.
Cool. Because you never know. Sometimes that can be traumatic.
Right.
Moving and
Mhm.
adjusting.
Well, little man, he would have peed anywhere anyway.
but he's also he's younger though, right?
Not by much.
Oh, okay.
Him and Sophie are about the same age. I
Oh
mean,
well, you know,
they're they're
boys
within,
and immaturity.
Right? Go figure. They're both
I
like
want to
within.
pee on everything.
I'm gonna pee on. Oh well, he peed on both dogs, so
He's marking his
yeah.
territory.
Yeah, this is mine, and this is mine, and this is also mine. But Oscar is little dachshund, and then Sophie is like a tri-mix of like Chihuahua, Schnauzer, and probably Wiener dog.
I'd say she's long like Oscar, which makes me think
Yeah.
wiener dog, and definitely Chihuahua in the face.
Yep. So they're both very cute and adorable. They're about 2 years old. So Allison's still the old lady in the house at 5.
And very grouchy.
Yep. And they are out. I mean, like, I never spent like full days with these 2 beforehand, so I don't know how crazy their energy was all the time. But when I would visit, like get short times to like just come over to our Mensa's place at night,
Yeah.
they would be like running around like crazy until we would go to bed. And like
now-
we've moved here, and like they do that from time to time, but this is what they do most of the time.
Well,
And I
wonder-
think that's also, it could be because of the stress of moving, but I also walk them like 3-4 times a day on like 1-2 mile walks. Like,
oh, look at you.
do you know, like on 87th Street, you know, the Marriott that's like way
Yeah.
over here? I walked them to there this morning,
Cheapers.
and then I walked them to the roundabout twice today already from here.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So-
I'm sure that makes a huge difference. If not, I was going to say it's also the matter of like you and baby mama were switching off and on where you were staying, but you guys are pretty much staying together every night.
Right. Yeah.
So I could see that adds to it, as well as the stress of moving and, the stress of her that they can, feel.
Yep. So as of right now, their doggy schedule, when nobody's here, Allison gets to go back in her crate, which she's generally okay with.
I'm sure she's fine with that. Get
Yeah.
me away from these two.
And the two go into our bathroom. We have actually a pretty large bathroom.
Good.
It's a pretty big bathroom.
I know you haven't given me a tour, and like
No.
you're like, no, don't go in the bedroom. I was like, oh.
Oh, well, I figured
So then
you
I
were
didn't-
gonna,
I didn't
'cause
go
the
snoop.
yeah, the show wasn't in the
No,
bedroom.
that's
It's-
totally what I was doing. But
it's-
then I was like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I should go snooping now.
Oh, we can go snooping. We'll show you Brian's room. It's empty. My room is just like, there's the bed, and then there's boxes around the bed. And then,
Why haven't you worked on unloading those boxes?
I mean, I have. Most of it, a lot of it, like if you
Really?
look at the kitchen, like
Well, I do see the kitchen table,
the kitchen table just has empty boxes on it.
but it's a nice
And-
kitchen table. It's bigger
Yeah.
than our kitchen table.
That's my kitchen table. I had that in Manhattan as well. Manhattan. So yeah, that's a nice kitchen table. I was actually really worried it wasn't going to fit in that space.
I would be too, but it looks very
Yeah.
nice and it fills it quite nicely.
Yeah. So like once we start putting like this room is basically how it's going to be, minus like those items right there.
The stereo.
The stereo.
What are you gonna do with the stereo?
That's probably going to go in Armenta and I's room. And then the other thing, I think just has electronics in it. And that might just go in the closet right there.
Cool. How big is that closet? Is it like your normal?
It's a
closet?
decent size, yeah.
I didn't know if it was like 3 deep.
No. I mean, it's big enough to put a couple vacuums in there and your coats and whatnot. But
A couple vacuums.
yeah, we have 2 vacuums. So a couple vacuums are going to go in there. Kitchen's fully ready and stocked.
Yes, I do
Minus
like the
food.
kitchen. Has food?
Minus food.
Oh, I was gonna say that's what she's doing right now.
The only thing we have over there in that fridge is Chinese food and Coors Light.
Chinese food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not even a lot of Chinese food. It's probably like 2 pieces of chicken and a half a pint of rice.
Why are there only 2 pieces of chicken?
Because I ate the rest.
I know, but why would you just leave 2 pieces? Like, who does that?
I just got full. I was just like, nah, I should put this here. I'm also very tired today, so nothing I do today
That
has
and
made
you
sense.
you also you don't even have a trash bag, so I can't
No,
get
yeah,
mad at you for not.
Today was trash day too. Like
Hey, lady.
apparently we get to like just throw trash bags out front here, like on the curb, and like
Wow.
people will just come by and pick them up on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So
Well, I mean,
feeling privileged.
before we moved, they picked him up every night, but Saturday and Sunday.
yeah, so I think
Do
that's
you
pretty
see this?
sweet.
Do you see her face?
Yeah, she's like, oh yes,
She's like, I'm so neglected.
yeah. Well,
I have to share my space with these two.
she does. That's a big problem for her. Sharing
I was
her
gonna say
space.
she was, I mean, snippy, but obviously not actually
Yeah.
snippy. But when I went to pet her and they were the other two were trying to get in, she's like, no,
Yeah.
mine.
Allison and Sophie really like each other. Oscar is the X factor. We're not really sure. Allison definitely isn't the biggest fan of Oscar, but she tolerates him.
You're gonna have to.
Yep.
Always and forever for the next 18 years,
Yep.
or 10, however long you're around.
Right. Yeah, at least 10. Right, Allison? She's like, bitch, are you talking about my death right now? I will kill you where
Oh,
you
there you
stand. Yeah, exactly. So anyways, let's
Yeah.
get the show on the road.
Yeah.
See any good movies lately?
Yeah, you have to ask me that. No, the movie I watched this weekend was Spirit.
Spirit.
The Pixar Disney. It's not Disney. I don't know who it is. The
Oh.
cartoon Spirit. The horse.
The horse. Oh, okay. Is this like a horse in the wild or horse that races?
Horse in the Wild.
Okay.
And like, frontier settling Mustang rounding
Fantastic.
child movie.
Child movie.
Well, I mean, I was
okay.
at my friend's house, and
Okay.
they have like a 6-year-old, so I guess 5-year-old.
I guess I should just ask the era, because I'm looking, I see like Native Americans. And
Well, it came out in like probably like 2006.
one sec, I've got
To tell me if that's right.
2002.
Okay.
Spirit Stallion of Cimarron?
Cimarron, yes, Cimarron.
I looked at it first and I was like, cinnamon? Stallion of the Cinnamon!
Cimarron. Come on.
Cimarron.
Get your country folks word in.
What country, folks? Is that a tribe?
It is now.
Okay.
No, but okay, so more so than that, I just watched a TV series that I absolutely loved, and I'm super bummed
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's already over.
Good.
No, it's not good. I
What-
want season 2.
What is it?
Atypical.
Is it on Hulu?
It's on Netflix.
Atypical.
You should
It's-
know. I don't have Hulu.
It looks familiar, or it sounds familiar. But I don't think I've watched. I know I haven't watched it.
No,
But,
I'm sure
I
Baby
th-
Mama wants to.
Did it come out like last year?
Whew, Allison, not okay.
She toots.
I don't know. It was silent, but it's deadly.
That's all her toots
I
go.
didn't hear it. The
Does he
TV
choke?
show. Where was I going to tell you about it, or you were asking a question? I guess.
When did it come out?
I don't know. I mean, it has to have just been recently. There's only one season, so I think it just came out like this year.
I think I remember that being on the list of shows that were getting the axe.
Don't tell me that.
If not, I know I'm gonna see it. And I'm gonna be like, oh yeah. This.
You're gonna have to. I mean, I can tell you. It's about a kid who has autism or is on the autism spectrum, and he's trying to date.
Yeah, I remember this already. I saw a commercial for this.
I know, because when we were over last, I was talking to Amaretto about it. She's always going to be Amaretto, by the way.
Oh, that's a brand new show. That show literally just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, then.
Yeah.
So then it's maybe not getting the axe.
No, probably not getting the axe just yet. Let's
Good.
see. Any news? It has nobody famous in it. That's.
No, yeah, not really.
I mean, unless you really like YouTubers.
Really? YouTubers? Which ones?
They're no-name people.
Touche.
Jennifer Jason. Kier Gilstrick.
No. I would say
Michael
the dad in
Rappaport?
the dad in the show is probably the most famous, but he's not in any. He's not in anything
Right, that was.
relevant,
I think it's Michael Rapport.
probably.
That's his name.
Anyway, so that's what I've been up to.
Hmm.
What have you been watching?
Netflix Atypical is offensive, but that's not its real problem, says Salon.com.
Who? Salon.com?
Salon.com. They know. They know it's
How
offensive.
is it offensive?
IMDb gives it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
The Metacritics give it a 66%, and Rotten Tomatoes says it's certified fresh at 80%.
Nice.
It's a comedy series, by the way, everybody.
It is. I quite enjoy it, and it also gives me many feels.
All the feels.
It's great.
Dude, I cannot, speaking of enjoying it for the feels or whatever,
Yes.
I
giggity.
cannot stand people still going nuts for 13 reasons. Every time I go somewhere, it's like, oh my God. I had someone the other day where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to be polite to you about this. I love 13
You
reasons.
were not polite to me
No.
when I told you.
Well, yeah, I know you. Strangers that are doing
yeah,
things for me,
but
I'm not
all
going
the
to
more
be.
reason. Hello,
No,
are we
yeah.
not like semi-friends here?
Well,
You
yeah,
should
but that's
be
you're mean to your
semi-nice.
friends. Yeah, that's how that works.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Should
But
be semi-nice.
yeah, someone brought it to me today. I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't watched it. And Armenta's just like, because she likes it, so she she went on with the conversation. But she looked at me. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't watched it myself. And I just saw her face light up because she knows that I don't like
How hard that
like,
is for you.
Just the idea of it is stupid to me, you know. But
Yeah, we won't go into that.
yeah,
But I also very much enjoyed it and love the show. A lot of the reason I think it's still big is because they've officially announced a season 2.
mm-hmm. Yep, it's gonna keep going, which is dumb because didn't it end like?
Well, but season 2
Are they just gonna make up shit now?
sort of. I mean,
Good.
obviously they're not going to be able to go by the book. But season 2 is going to give the perspective of the other characters.
This show's gonna tank fast.
Probably.
Unless the writers are amazing. But when you do a show,
the one thing I would appreciate is because I enjoyed the show, they actually did some like editors cuts or like directors cuts at the end. So there's 2 or 3 more episodes where it's talking with the directors and different things. And they had a lot of psychologists on staff to help educate the actors as well as everyone else with like what's going through these people's minds.
Did that info come out recently?
What do you mean?
Just the knowledge that you have right there. Did you find out about that recently? Or
No.
did that come out when the show came out?
I think
Because
that
people are giving it a lot of shit for not having background conversations along with the show. That's why all the controversy started.
A lot of the controversy was the fact that in the show they didn't talk about options and other. Okay, we're talking about suicide.
Well, right, and we've already talked about this dumbass show enough, but hit it quick. Let's move on.
I was going to say the root of it is in the show they don't talk about other options and seeking help, and I think that's the root of what
you should shoot yourself in the face.
What parents and people are upset about is
good stuff.
Is that, but the actual actors and directors and everybody else involved with it, they had counseling on site as well as counselors to help educate the actors. So like, this is what's going on in her head or their head or his head. This is how they're feeling. This is what they're thinking, to better help them to portray and act better. But at the same time, if they start then feeling those emotions, there's somebody on site to better protect the actors from committing suicide.
I haven't been watching anything myself recently, movie-wise, but TV show-wise, I've been getting into South Park again. Used to be a mega fan, then stopped liking it for a while. I like it again. I'm on the season where like, they have the episode about like my safe space and PC principle, and I love it again because it's just making fun of shit like this show and just literally everything that's what South Park does. They make fun of literally things that are happening right now.
But then already, are you watching? Are they still like new episodes, like relevant episodes, or I don't even know if South Park's still making shows.
In a month or like less than a month, new episodes are coming out.
Cool.
But like they've already stated they've given up on Trump. It's too easy to make fun of him, and it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, because everyone does it. Even the news is doing it.
It's not about everyone doing it. It's that the jokes are so obvious and in your face.
Like him looking at the sun during the eclipse?
Yeah, he's a dumb man. He's stupid. He's a complete idiot.
I don't feel comfortable laying on your band.
There's no fun in it anymore. Because he's such an idiot, he's ruined what could be the satire of the joke of making fun of him.
So I know what you just said, but I have to ask this anyway, devil's advocate. What if he's purposely doing that?
Trump is...
I know. He's too stupid to, but...
It's not that he's too stupid to. Like, I think he knows what he's doing. That if he just says whatever he wants to say and just, yada, 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 people will pay attention to that because they want real. They want this. They want, He's
not any real than anyone else.
Well, no, exactly. That's celebrity life for you, though. If you say absurd things and just say whatever comes to your mind, people will listen. That's YouTube culture. We're on YouTube right now. That's what people want to check out, and they hate it and they love it at the same time. There's a small part of every single one of us that goes, you know what? I haven't paid attention to my government in a while. CNN is basically turned into CW. Let's see what my Trump is up to.
See what my Trump is up to.
That might as well be the show. My Trump. North Korea today.
Speaking of which, there's like real crap going on around the world when you say North Korea or even China and all those other things.
Well, let's say screw everybody else in the world right now. Let's worry about what's going on locally. Have you heard about all the stuff that's been going on in Houston or in Texas in general, all the flooding?
Yeah, I've been watching
That's pretty brutal. Armenta can't stop but like crying over all the dogs she's seeing floating in, 5-foot water.
I guess she would see that. I don't see that, but ironically, I see old people.
I saw the old people thing.
I almost started crying, and I literally,
it's a bummer.
I wanted to mark that as offensive because, like, it was so hard for me to see that. Like,
Yeah.
I kid you not.
But even then, like, if you would have marked it as offensive and then told me that, I've been like,
well, no, I mean,
bop
I
in the
wouldn't do
forehead
that.
for you.
Right. I mean, hello. I'm
But
I'm
man,
everyone else in
yeah.
the States.
Like, these poor old elderly folk were just literally, I mean, some
It
of them
was
were in
literally
wheelchairs.
it was waist deep.
Well, yeah, and some of them were in wheelchairs, so it's like up to their chest, and they just like, what can they do?
I actually
Everyone's flooded.
Right before I left work, I was reading an article, and they were notifying, I'm going to say dispatch, whoever it was that they notify,
Sure.
Red Cross or whoever, letting them know, hey, we're starting to get water in our facility. Hey, it's about an inch deep. Hey, and they just kept telling them, like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to get to you.
But that's
we're on our way.
That's the thing, though. Who do you help first when everyone is being attacked? You know. And it said, like, for example, like one of the nursing homes that was
Exactly.
having troubles. It took 5 hours before people were taken out of the room
Right. And
and
I
out
also,
of the place.
I heard
successfully.
later that it's the obvious is when flooding happens, you don't always know, just like with a river, you don't know which way it's going to go.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so that particular photo that's gone viral now is they weren't in the flood line. They were not told, like, hey, you're in the line of the path. You need to evacuate your people. And if they, if that had been the case, obviously those people wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. But because it's unpredictable. But
Yeah.
random, I just did a Google image search of Houston flooding, and when I looked at it, it had flooded after a hurricane in like I want to say 1996 or something, that it was not that long ago, or didn't feel like it was super long ago. That I was like, well, then that also makes sense why they were able to prepare a little bit more for this storm, because they know, hey, we know we flood, but you think it's essentially a desert, so 25 inches in 10 hours. That's what it was the first night, with another 20 expected to come the next day.
It's pretty wild.
2 days later. Yeah,
Pretty wild.
it's ridiculous. But yeah,
But yeah. Anyways, you had an interesting weekend. What
I
the hell?
did.
What the hell were you doing? Why'd you go to Wichita?
I went to Wichita because
Wichita.
yeah, that actually sadly comes up in my phone first as Wichita.
Good. Good. It's searched so often.
So no, I went down there to see my friend and her little family, and I drug Mark along.
Good.
We were supposed to go there before his parents came into town, and since that didn't happen, we rescheduled for this weekend, and I I attempted to see Seth, but Seth was too cool for me, so that didn't happen.
Should have just barged in.
I thought about it, but I was
I
like,
assumed you would end up on his podcast.
I did not want to get stuck there for another 3 days. So I did not barge in on his podcast.
How would you have gotten stuck there for another 3 days?
His podcast, he said he was doing his podcast from 1 to 4.
It's true. He was doing a long episode for some
So I was like,
reason.
no, thank you. I'm not going to be stuck there for hours.
Oh.
So I did not.
So
But that's also because you and I still need to make our shenanigan trip that we have not done yet.
yeah.
That will probably never happen.
Yeah, it's going to be... We're counting down the days before it's going to be even harder to do.
3 months,
Exactly.
pretty much.
Baby Wolford is on his way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to fit somewhere in this apartment, too, for a little bit, too.
Yeah, I was thinking about that on my way over. I was like, I wonder where they're going to set up everything at. How is this going to
Well,
work?
you'll have to see the bedroom eventually. And then
Yeah, we'll go snoop.
He's got space in there.
For now, the closet, the shoebox.
Right. Well, the closet's bigger than you think.
Well, it would have to be.
Yeah. But anyway, what else is going on? I mean, my weekend has literally been spent, every day I wake up at 6 a.m. now.
Why?
These dogs.
Oh.
Yeah. Got to get these dogs on a schedule. But you know who doesn't wake up at 6 a.m.?
Baby mama.
Bam. Bam is not a morning person. Hey, let's go walk the dogs. Like I get a slightly louder response than when I wake up Allison. It's the same noise, just louder.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, she is, and then she always tells me when she wakes up for work after her 5 alarms go off. She then goes, "Oh, why didn't you wake me up for work? Or why didn't you wake me up to walk the dogs?" It's like, I poked you several times, and you just went, "No."
I mean, for me, that's oddly adorable, but
Yeah.
obviously at the time, it's like, I'm not going to wake the monster.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, fine. But
I have the exact opposite problem. So Mark wakes up at 5.
Mhm.
I do not get up until 6.
Mhm.
But we've got the dog in the routine where she jumps off the spare bed and comes, and he takes her out, and then she comes in, and then she wants to get under the covers
Good.
with me after being outside in the wet and the damp and the
Yes.
cold. And I'm like, This is not help me stay
That's
warm.
that's what I've been doing to Bam. Is after I bring the dogs back from the walk, because they're kenneled up all night,
Yeah.
and after I bring them back from the walk and they're covered in wetness, I just let them loose on her, and they all jump into bed and they jump all over her, and you just hear her go, and then she grabs whatever dog's close to her, pulls it in for cuddles, and then goes back to sleep. She may never have even actually woken up. It's just she wakes up later and goes, "Oh, dogs." She's just very happy.
She's
very
that's so funny.
Mhm.
Not for long.
No, yeah.
Not for long, because
the,
Baby Wolford is about to arrive,
Mhm.
and she will
Well,
no
she's
longer
gonna have
be happy.
to. Yeah, she's gonna have to become a morning person. pretty
Not morning
fast.
person, just you're gonna have to wake up a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's gonna be very interesting for her.
That will be a challenge, but
Yeah.
that's a challenge for anyone.
Not for me. I shoot right up. Even if I've only had a few hours of sleep, I bounce right up. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
sure, my energy fails towards the end of the day,
we'll
but
check back in a month after the baby's born.
yeah.
And how that works.
Yep. Well, as of right now, I'm already shooting up anytime any of these dogs makes a weird noise, because
That sounds wrong.
yeah. Well,
Shooting up all the time.
I'm shooting up. I'm shooting up out of bed because we're not having any peeing or pooping in this house that doesn't have a diaper on. Right, Oscar? He like barely opened his eyes.
He actually is more adorable than I thought.
Yes, they're very cute dogs. It's just
They're not as photogenic, I'll put it that way.
no. Well, and here's a one problem. Oscar, like any dog with a black face, it's harder to get photos of a dog with a black face.
Agreed.
Because like he's got a very shiny coat, and all it does is either you get like a white glare off of his face, or all you see is just this shadow and like these two brown eyes. She's like, "Oh, your brown eyes are very pretty." But and then there's Allison, and you know,
She's always pretty.
a
little underbite.
Yep, a little underbite. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we've been trying to set up this apartment all weekend. Armenta made the kitchen look great because she bought a bunch of stuff. She's about to put food in it, so it's about to be even better.
Get in my belly.
Who knows when she'll reappear? I would assume she'd reappear soon, but
She might have gotten lost in the grocery store.
yeah. Well, I think her mom went to join her too, so this is going to be they're going to come back with so much stuff. And I'm just going to be like, why do we need this? Why do we need this? Why do we need this?
That and, especially stuff that's going to go bad.
Well, I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about like her buying like weird baking. She loves to bake. I'm worried about her buying like all this weird baking stuff.
Like,
or, like
flour and chocolate
yeah, like-
chips and
Like
sugar?
8 pounds of flour for some goddamn reason.
Oh, okay.
She's like,
that makes more
you
sense.
need starter supplies and spices. And it's like, let's
not
just
not 8 pounds.
let's
of
just
it.
buy that shit when we need it for recipes. But no, she's not interested. She wants to buy it all right now. So
Which that does make sense because it really sucks when you go to make cookies and it's like, you need cream of tartar. Who the crap has cream of tartar in their kitchen?
then again, I can't tell you the last time. Stop. Oh my God.
What?
Okay. Update on baby Amaretto Mama.
She's listening in right now.
No, stop 1 is done.
Uh-oh.
Hy-Vee and Walmart left. They're going
What?
to 3 places for. Okay, I understand that. I mean, like, I'll
No.
go to Hy-Vee and Aldi's. I'll go to Hy-Vee for my meat and Aldi's for a lot of other stuff, just for cheapness. But I won't do Aldi's meat just because.
I go to rumors. I go to Sprouts for everything, but Target is where I get like
I go to
the
Sprouts because it's
breads,
closer to me.
breads and condiments.
Yeah, I don't think Sprouts is. I don't think there's a Sprouts over here. I just know of the Sprouts on 30 or 135th and
Metcalf. Yeah, that's the one we used to go to. Now we go to 95th and Null.
Yeah, and both of those are too far away for me to want to drive.
Right. Well, but it's better than what was it? There's a hen house by us. We walked
Hen house
in.
is so expensive for
we
no reason.
walked in, and one container of blackberries was twice that of what I get at Sprouts. Was twice the price of what I get at Sprouts, and I get 2 containers at Sprouts.
I've been really surprised. I didn't know this about places like Sprouts and Whole Foods. I always got the thought that like food there would be more expensive,
Agreed.
and it's not. It really isn't.
I've actually never been to Whole Foods. I know somebody asked
Whole
me that
Foods
recently.
is actually really inexpensive. It blows my mind because I didn't think that. Like
Right.
because of recent events, I've had to compare produce prices at different places, and for example, both Sprouts and Whole Foods have cheaper food or cheaper produce
Yeah.
than places like Hy-Vee
Plus,
or
they have an
hen
organic
house.
section, which I know is super
Well,
popular.
that's basically what all they are.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting because it's interesting but ridiculous because you have Hy-Vee, you have Walmart, you have Target, you have Sprouts, you have Aldi's, you have Hen House, you have Whole Foods, you have there's another one that I'm forgetting. It's just ridiculous. But I mean, I don't trust Walmart because their produce does not last.
I don't.
Target is okay.
I'm so anti-Walmart. It'll blow your mind.
Oh no,
It won't blow your mind. It's very simple.
But ironically, the only place we could find Filio dough
What the fuck is that?
was Walmart.
What is what you just said?
Filio dough.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very thin crust dough that you make spinach pie. So think of it like this. You know,
It's like a Greek thing or something.
actually, it's a Middle Eastern thing. So
Okay.
yes, Greeks
Greek and Middle
use
East?
it. Armenians use it.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
pretty much everywhere around there.
learn
But-
something new.
So you think about wontongs or
Okay.
dumplings. You know that
Okay.
thin.
Yeah.
It's like that, only in bigger sheets.
Hmm.
And it literally looks like sheets of paper.
Fancy.
And we make it with like cheeses and we bake it and it's delicious and
Hmm.
crunchy.
Delicious and crunchy. We're supposed to be making chicken enchiladas tonight, which should also be delicious and not so crunchy, but delicious all the same.
I'm not an enchilada fan, so you have fun with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But I cannot fathom the fact that like because I'm such an old lazy lady, but like it's already almost 8:00.
Yeah, I know. Ugh.
Like,
well, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna
how
eat,
do you eat that
and then I'm gonna
late?
go to sleep immediately because
And
I have to
that's
wake
not
up.
healthy.
I have to wake up at like 5:30 tomorrow because I gotta go work at the doggy spa tomorrow.
Oh.
So I gotta wake up early, walk these dogs, get ready myself, and then drive there.
Bitches.
Well, at least 2 of them, and then then just get my day going. Which tomorrow will be I think Bam has tomorrow off, so she gets to deal with the dogs all day, which isn't like that big of a deal. You see what they do. This is what they do mostly, besides bringing out dog toys everywhere.
Well, yeah, given.
Yeah, there are too many dog toys in this house. Can you see these totes? Like this black tote here?
Yes.
Fill like 1.5 of those. And make that first one overflowing. That's how many dog toys we have. That's way
you know
too
how
many dog
many you know how
toys.
many Lucy has?
4.
About. And then we inherited 4 tennis balls that were in our yard.
Before I started dating Armenta, that's about how many Allison had.
Oh, no, even better. I forgot. I have a collection of baseballs from when I lived at the house in Manhattan.
Uh-huh.
So we have one ball that Lucy has officially ripped all the hide off of.
Good.
But she still plays with it. I didn't think she would.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually by now I throw it
But-
away.
Yeah, I don't... Because we're going to have a kid soon, I can't imagine what this place is going to always look like with a mixture of kid
Dogs
toys
and kids.
and dog toys.
Well, that's
Like, screw
where-
that. Let's not even buy dog toys. I've got plushie toys and I've got, balls everywhere. The kid can just play with
I
those.
mean, no matter what, you're going to be stepping and falling and tripping a lot. I'm just going to put that. And then, obviously the courts. But that's
Yeah.
where you slowly but surely this toy is ripped. I'm going to throw it away.
Well, I thought
Oops.
Allison would help me with that. She has ripped up no toys yet. I thought
Allison,
I
get
thought.
on it.
I mean, this is day 3. I thought she would have at least 5 toys ripped up by now.
She's not throwing a fit yet. She's content. What
She's
can you
very
say?
content. Well, she has her couch, and nobody has tried to. I mean, the dogs all have their spot, obviously.
No way.
Sophie loves it
I'm
up
really
there.
surprised she's not falling off the back of this couch.
She loves it up there. I also need to figure out the best way to clean this couch because she is drooling all over that couch and just staining the hell out of it.
I can't help you with that because it's a suede-ish couch.
Yeah. Can't remember what the material. It's like some kind of pleather or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely not leather because it's like
No.
a cloth, but it's
Yeah.
yet. But yeah,
Anyway, so yeah, back into apartment life.
yeah. I love, but hated that. Like, I get here and I'm like, oh, guess what? There's nowhere to park.
Yeah, parking here is the worst than I've
and-
ever had to deal with anywhere.
But you think with this big of an apartment, you probably have other people that have 3 vehicles, 3 people, or if you think you've got 2 couples.
Yeah. It doesn't take much. This is like one of the smaller sections of the apartment too, of the complex that is. But luckily from what I can tell, like on this level, 3 if you think about the 3 people that we'd most likely deal with, which is the guy above us,
Mm-hmm.
the person over here, here and here, I think, are all little old ladies. So, for the most part,
Which
I think
also
they're all
think it's
one
funny
vehicle people.
that, and I would have to agree because there's at least 2 handicap spots directly outside the door.
Mhm.
But I think it's funny because these apartments look, or at least feel, like they're fairly new.
Yeah, they were all built post 2000.
Right, but it's funny because outside your door, it looks like there was a ramp. Like a slight cement ramp that's been
it's
kind
been
of
eroding.
chopped. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them. There's a few of them that have stuff like that. So yeah, this probably was someone who had
Yeah.
like needed
Which,
wheelchair access.
but it's perfect
at
for.
some
I mean, you
point.
think for those older, little old lady, you don't
Yep.
need a lot of space anyway.
Now it's just perfect for a pregnant woman.
Sure.
Yep.
And her baby daddy,
Yep.
3 dogs,
Mhm.
and boy toy.
Which we're not allowed to have. We're only supposed to have 2 dogs, according to the
And how does that work when you go
city
and
of
walk
Lenexa.
them?
Well, it's the city. The apartment.
Oh,
The apartment complex
turns
just
the other eye.
turns the other eye, and the neighbors.
Because they get money for it.
And then, well, they don't get money for all 3. Well, no, they're not getting money for all 3 dogs. And the neighbors already said they don't care.
Okay, cool.
Well, we had one gal, like, we pulled up, and, like, I was like, and she's like, oh, nobody cares how many dogs you have. And I was like, okay, I didn't say anything. Have a
If
nice
not,
day.
find out where she is and be like, hey, this is your dog for a minute.
Yeah, well, technically, we're on the up and up because Allison and Oscar are on this lease. Sophie is on her mom's lease and has always been. So
Okay.
Sophie and Precious, which is Armenta's mom's dog, are on the lease over there. So
That's what it
we're not
works.
breaking any ordinances,
We're just watching it.
technically. Well, we can't even do that,
Oh.
I don't think.
Well, city code, yeah.
So breaking laws live on
But
camera.
it's also, I mean, it's also
what?
different because even though they're small and annoying, but you also other than walking in the door, they quieted down pretty well. It's not like they're the obnoxious dogs that bark at
Yeah.
everything.
Well, this place has some pretty crazy policies. Like, if they find your dog's poop, they get it tested, and first time they find it, $500 fine.
I call bullshit.
Nope, it's not. It's not bullshit. Because the second time they find it, $750 fine. Third
No,
time
no.
they find it, eviction.
No, I call bullshit because what are they testing for?
They're testing the poop. It's DNA tested, because each dog gets swabbed.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes more sense because our apartments, they threaten that every 2 months. Hey, if we find your poop, basically they wanted all the owners to tattle on each other because
right.
we were to be evicted. But I'm like, you don't know me
No.
from Adam. Nobody's around here. If I don't pick up that poop, you're not going to know that it's mine.
Yeah, no. All the dogs are DNA tested around here.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So there is a way.
Because otherwise I'm like, they ain't paying for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But no, what?
But that helps the threat be more real so
Mhm.
then they don't have to pay for it.
Yeah. They mow the grass every Monday around here.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't, I mean, you saw the grass. It's not short. It's just like a length.
Yeah.
And the problem is if, like, let's say your dog has like a diarrhea or something, how are you going to pick that up in this long ass grass? So every time I go to pick up poop, I just rip out a huge chunk of grass because it's like I'm not leaving anything in existence there because
No fucks given.
Yeah, like if there's any poop there, then I get charged $500. Fuck that spot of grass for
Right.
your $500. Take the
Yeah.
imaginary $500, put new grass there.
Well, but they probably do keep the grass pretty long so that way the poop doesn't, I don't know, cause bald spots. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm calling bullshit.
So
Bullshit.
much
Either
poop.
way, all I do is there's a little walking path. I take them down the road.
And then you don't pick it up.
No, I pick it up still. I mean, look, I got like a big ass pile of poop bags right there. But that and the
Don't even-
complex has poop stations literally
Oh,
throughout
that's
this
nice.
place. So you can get like, free poop bags and
Nasty.
a little spot to throw away your poop whenever you want.
It's good.
So, I went on a walk before I went and picked up Bam for lunch today, and I brought her back here, and she was like, "It smells like poop in here," and I was like, "Why? I don't smell anything." And I realized that from my previous walk with the dogs, I had put a poop bag right there on the shoe thing,
Yeah.
and I had just forgotten that I had
My
put it
purse
there.
is.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, exactly where your purse is. There was
Yep.
a poop bag there for like half the day, and I had just forgotten that it was there. And she's like, "Why does it smell like poop in here?" I was like, "I don't know. Where's the poop? I don't smell poop. My nose is broken."
Oh, that's awful. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yep. But then we took it out, and the smell. I mean, does it smell like poop now?
No.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't smell like anything dog related besides the dog sitting next to you. But those two need a bath so bad.
Again.
Oh, Sophie
he's
did not
falling.
like that. Sorry, Soph. Did I say bath? Her ears go, huh?
Seriously.
Allison's eyes are wide open.
She's like, the fuck?
Look at her. You can see it on camera. She's like, don't be screwing around right now.
You want a little bath?
You want to get a bath? You want a bath? She's like, I will stab you in your sleep.
She does not like a bath.
No, she doesn't. She gets a bath like once a month, maybe every other month.
Lucy gets, it depends on how lazy we are, but she should probably have one every other week.
Yeah, really? Well, I guess.
But she's also outside a lot more, and
Yeah.
she stinks a lot more with her being outside.
Well, she's more willing to, and she's more of like a playful and like kind of rolling in the dirt kind of a dog.
Well, she'll dig. She won't roll, but she'll like to just lay in the grass. She'll, as Armenta says, she'll sit there and look at the sun.
You're good.
She won't, but she'll just pick her head up and sniff the air.
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
chilling.
Yeah. That causes and leads to dirtiness.
Minus her, separation anxiety. I put her outside and I went to the bathroom, and the whole time I was in the bathroom, she's like,
Oh, really? That's
I'm
little dude there. If
like,
he,
I opened the door. I'm like, what are you doing? She just looked at me like, oh, hey.
No.
I shut the door.
You still exist. Great.
I shut the door and she started barking again. I was like, you turd.
Good.
Fine, let me sit outside on my iPad just so you can
Gee.
sit there and quiet. And you're not going to be that dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, little man there. He needs someone around.
Well, I've noticed he's, touching me.
Oh yes. Oh yes. If I was sitting on the floor, he'd probably come and sit next to me. Are you sleepy? You sleepy? The answer is yes. Very sleepy. But man, it's been like an hour.
I was going to say, we've just been chatting along.
Yeah.
Nothing super exciting.
Yeah, nothing crazy planned for today's episode, guys. We just wanted to hang out, chat with you,
Question.
have some fun. Yeah, what's your question?
So let's just hash this out real quick, and if we have
Hashing
some
it.
listeners and they want to partake in the conversation, they
Okay.
can. What are we doing next week? Because next week is Labor Day.
I think we should do a show.
You think we should do a
I
show?
think we should do a show.
Well, but
Do you not want to do a show?
no, I'm just kidding. I don't have to go to work, so it just
Okay.
makes it for a lazy day. But
There
I'm
you go.
actually going to be out of town.
Oh,
I will be back. I will be back Monday night to do a show,
Okay.
but I'm going out of town.
when are you
for the
going out of
weekend.
town?
Probably Friday night.
Friday night.
When I get off work.
Gotcha.
That's the goal. But then the following weekend, I should be free to do some shenanigans.
Sweet. Sweet.
So, but
Okay. Yeah, because we mentioned about starting to do like 2 episodes a week. and
That's
then-
right. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
We had that heart to heart.
But
true.
yeah, we could totally do that.
Okay. If not, at least we shouldn't stay up that. I was gonna say we could do Mondays and Wednesdays, but when spring rolls around, we'll be going to church on Wednesdays, or at least I will be. Depends on what Mark's doing. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay,
Okay,
we'll do a show
sweet.
next week.
Sweet. So next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time.
Hopefully, Cameron has his shit together and we can actually start on time.
Hey, whoa. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I won't hold my breath.
No, it's not smart to hold your breath.
It's cool though.
You should be breathing at all times.
More timies with the doggies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really hope this whole dog thing gets easier. I hope I'm getting more sleep soon.
Well, I hope. I mean,
so I can prep myself for the lack
no.
of sleep I'll be getting.
No, I feel like if anything, this is your practice for the lack of sleep you'll be getting.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get these yahoos in a routine, baby's gonna come mess that up.
Yep.
And they're gonna be like, "You're awake, I'm awake. Let's go outside."
It's gonna be real interesting.
Yeah, poor Brian.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be leaving
When?
December before the baby isn't even here.
Oh, okay.
He's mentioned that he's probably gonna,
But he's talked
skedaddle.
about that before, just to give you guys your space.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But then you can actually have a nursery.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks for checking out the show. A lot of you are watching live. I saw that. That was pretty sweet. Thank you very much for watching live. We appreciate it. Make sure to check out duo.com/shop. Get yourself a High Hopes coffee mug. We have one in the studio right now.
What?
Yeah.
Is it for me?
No, it's Armenta's.
Why?
Because she bought one.
Oh, well, in that case.
She bought one like 8 months ago. But so we have one in the bedroom studio. We'll have to start putting it on the table for the show.
Yes,
But,
yes, you should.
so
I can
people
put my
see-
drinks in there.
Yeah, so people can see what it's like. But till next time, guys, make sure to follow the episodes in between the episodes on Twitter at Wolf1. That's WOHLF, the number 1. And follow at Queen of Podcasts. Maybe she'll pay attention.
One of these days.
where
If I
were
get
you-
somebody to tweet me.
Yeah, what were you laughing about?
I got some unsolicited text messages.
Yes. Do they ask for nudes? Send nudes. We'll hold up one of the dogs. It's my favorite thing to do.
I like your shorts tonight.
Yeah.
Or more specifically, the lack of them.
Yeah.
We did comment on the legs.
Ooh. Welcome to High Hopes. Hope you're watching the live video feed so you can see leg rubbing.
Leg rubbing. I was like,
Yeah.
belly rubbing.
And belly rubbing. All right, let's get the hell out of here. So,
'Kay.
guys, thank you for joining the show. We will be back next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time. My name is Cameron. Y'all some very lovely people. This has been High Hopes. We'll see you later.